In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Approximately 35 years back, two of my relatives, two of my close relatives, one closest relative, my closest relative used to say, another close friend, a close relative of mine, that you are a very stingy person, you are a very miser, you are too much careful and cautious about spending your money. So you are like the sheikh people, the business people in Pakistan, and you are like the Jews. One of my closest relative used to say these words to a closer relative of mine. I remember the time kept passing, and now, after the passage of 35 years, when the next generations, when the next generations of both of them have become young and their 20s and 30s, dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, my closest relative who used to ridicule a close relative of mine about being stingy, about being miser, about being too careful and cautious regarding the spending of the money. Now, what has happened? The person who was careful and cautious about spending of the money, they people have prospered, they people have developed, and they are quite affluent today. On the other hand, the one who was not so cautious and careful, rather, who was spendthrifting, who was wasting the money because he got it easily from the business of his father. Now, this person, along with the next generation of this person, these people are in trouble, they are uncomfortable, and they are seeing a very dearth of the money. So, what is there to learn from us for us? And I think so there will be examples like this one around you around you. Some of the people you know will be very spendthrifting, will be wasting, consuming, expending the money like anything else. On the other hand, some of the people are very careful and cautious regarding the finances they have got. Dear friends and fellows, I am of the view that whatever resources we have been gifted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we must be very careful, we must be very cautious about it, and we must not be spendthrifting it at all. We must not be. What are the basic resources, by the way? The basic resources is that of our life. What is meant by our life? The time we are possessing. This is our life, because our life consists of days, our life consists of hours and minutes and seconds. So all of this is a time, a day, each and every day is very much important actually, and we are supposed to spend it, we are supposed to utilize it in quite a careful and quite a cautious manner. Otherwise, if at all we keep wasting the time, we keep wasting the days, our weeks will be wasted, our months will be wasted, our years will be wasted, our 5 years will be wasted, our decades will be wasted, and ultimately the life will be wasted at the same time. So I think so we need to be very careful, we need to be very cautious about the time we have got here in this world, and not only this one. After that, immediately after that, what is the most precious resource we have got? This precious resource is our health, this precious resource is our psychological health, our physical health, and our physical energy. I think so we must be very careful about the health, because after the life This is the most precious thing ever, because if a person who is not healthy, who is sick, even if he she is given plenty of resources, plenty of money, and a lot of fame as well, what will be the utilization and what will be the utility of that? Because he she is a bedridden person and cannot move freely, cannot enjoy the life, cannot eat whatever they wanted to achieve eat. So dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, whatever we have got from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we must be very careful, and we must be very careful and cautious regarding the basic resources of ours. And what are the basic resources? It is our life actually, and immediately after the life, it is our health, and we must have to take care of our life and our health, and we must be giving it, we must give it the number one priority. And anything and everything who damages this thing, the first thing, which is called the life, which is called the time, I think so that we must get rid of it, unless and until it is a very important obligation. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, dear friends and fellows abroad, I am of the view that immediately after the life, immediately after the health, the very next resource, or after the first two, there are certain other important resources of our finances, or our money. The money we are carrying is one of those. I think so that we should be careful and we should be cautious about consuming, about utilizing any of these resources. We must not be wasting it, we must not be squandering it here and there, because if at all we do spoil the money we are possessing, the time we are possessing, the physical energy we are possessing, if at all we keep wasting it here and there, what is going to happen? We do have to regret, we do have to repent, and we will never ever be a happy person at all. We will never ever be able to call ourselves a successful person at all. So, this is what we need to do. This is we must be keeping in our mind, that if at all we are investing something for our tomorrow will become comfortable, our tomorrow will become easy. But if at all we are careless, if at all we are not so cautious about the resources we are possessing, tomorrow we will be in trouble. And I do remember a prophetic saying, the prophetic, the essence, the meaning of a prophetic saying, that whoever adopts the moderation will never ever become a poor person. So this is what applies to the example of the two people which I had put forward in front of you, that if at all somebody is careful and cautious about the way they spend the money, I believe that they will never become poor, and they will never become a helpless people, they will never become a resourceless person. So if at all we do want to become a resourceful person, if at all we do want to become an affluent person, if at all we do want to become a comfortable person, all what we need to do is that we must be very careful and cautious about the basic resources we have achieved from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is our life. And life mean time, and then very next to that is our psychological and physical health and our physical energy. I think so this is the second most important, and after that whatever from the worldly things is important to us, it is actually the money we are possessing. If at all we are careful and cautious about the money we are possessing, I think so that our future will become comfortable. We should be careful and cautious about about the money we are having, about the money we do have in our pocket, and we must be protecting it on the one hand, we must be investing it in the better and even more better things on the other hand. And this is the route to success, this is the route to happiness. And apart from that, I think so we do have certain obligations from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these obligations are that you are there here in this world not without a reason, not without a purpose. Rather, you are supposed to do certain things which are not for your worldly benefits, rather which are for the worldly benefits of other people, and this thing will become very much useful for you, for everybody who is involved in it in the life hereafter. And this is how we need to live here in this earth. Thank you very much. Jazakallah.